Black men secretly hate their mama. Black men's issue is not really with you, ladies, it's with their mother. Crystalline Karazin, also known as the Pink Pill, wrote a letter in response to the single mother crisis and the absent father crisis within our community. These men are the babies you birthed, the boys you loved and spoiled, the young men you wrangled with who grew up with you at the helm of the household, mostly without their fathers, and they hate you for it.
This is the Mac persona. The reason why the feminist movement is so trending and popular in the black community, especially for black women, is because it's a programming that was designed by white people to specifically infiltrate the black community. So they designed this whole system and they gave it to their number one customer, which is the black female. And now you have a pandemic of weak black males because they grew up under the single house domain of being ruled by their single mother. These men grew up with boy problems, men, young men problems, sometimes sexual problems, and they went to the closest thing they could say to themselves. The closest thing to that sort of those sort of problems was another man, but there is no other man in the house, so they went to their mother. She shamed him, sometimes said that's not my problem, sometimes said, listen, you go find out for yourself and go figure it out. Sometimes they just blatantly ignored their sons. Why? It's because you, black women are secretly resentful with their black sons because when they see their sons, all they can see is their fathers and how their father just left or is just working somewhere, not taking any full responsibility of what is happening in the family dynamics in the house. But why is it that black men just run away from their house problems and family problems to just bury it in work and say that, nah, this is my excuse of being a good father. I'm providing for my family. It's because they were raised under females, black single mothers who did not know any better than to raise a young boy. Because you cannot raise a boy to a man. You cannot raise a boy to become a man and you're a woman. That's just not going to happen. In the real world, that's just not going to happen. But the feminist movement has bamboozled women into thinking that they can be men. It's a mental illness, people. Black women are, in the kindest terms possible. I don't want to, you know, be negative about it, but black women are not emotionally mature enough to handle these situations because the outcome of it is a lot of black males in jails. The outcome of it is a lot of black males on the streets being homeless, drug addicts, being scammers. A lot of black males are cowards. A lot of black males are not in tune with their masculinity. That's why in South Africa, there's this thing of if I have a belly in Kaba and a pair of male titties, I'm quote unquote successful. No, it's because your single mother raised you into thinking that that's all you should be, that's all you can be as a man is to look fat. You did not have your dad around you telling you shit, being that masculine force that is, listen, you're fat, you're stealing up all the air in my house, go outside and make some friends and lose it. This is why you got so many, black families in the household and the family dynamic is ruined. It's shameful. It's fake love, pretending and people pleasing love because the man is not raised to be a man and be upfront with his mother because his dad he didn't see his dad being upfront with his mother. The boys who did us are very lucky, and it's like 2% in the black community. But why I say black women let down their sons is because they blatantly decided to deal with a weak black male who was raised by their single mom, a male who's controlling, compulsive, needy, who acts like a female. They decided to do that. They decided to raise their son alone. And they decided to tell their husband to just go away and work somewhere. They put themselves in that spot. They decided to put themselves in those situations. But you know what's so toxic about black women is that they'll never take accountability because they're not designed to. When you grow up in an era where you don't have a man telling you what to do and you're raising a man, you're gonna have a sense of ego and entitlement and like a negative power dynamic that is abusive onto your son because you secretly hate your husband because you chose the wrong man. Now you want to take out that frustration and anger and resentment of yourself and put it on your son, who is a reflection of yourself, and you wonder why your son hates you secretly, or you wonder why your son has lost his way in life. It's your fault. Take accountability. Wake up. So if you want to be a man who runs away from the family dynamic and just makes up an excuse of I'm working and putting money on the table, no. Or do you want to be a man who refuses to run away and stays in the family dynamic because he knows that he has power being in home, raising his children, disciplining in the correct and positive way with his wife, and creating a positive family dynamic for your black household? The choice is yours, my nigga. Free game.